Hello, this is Michael McKay, as may call me, and today I'll talk about the character in the anime Steins who makes the show the way it is. And no, it's not the main character Okabe Rentaro. I mean, Hoing Kyoma is actually his right-hand man, Hashinataru, otherwise nicknamed Daru between the members of the lab. To get this out here ahead of time, I love all the characters in Steins equally, and I'm not going to trash any of the characters on how they have developed the plot of the story, but I'm here to discuss why Daru is a pivotal character in the time travel anime-visual novel. First off, he made the freaking phone wave. Well, he assisted in making the phone wave since it was a joint effort between him and his friend Okabe. But due to our knowledge of Daru being a genius in electronics, he probably did most of the work while Okabe just mildly did tweaks the phone wave. Daru made it so that Okabe could send text throughout time via the phone wave, though it was not meant to send messages back in time originally. It was actually meant to help Okabe microwave food through signals on his phone, and I guess that might have been quite innovative for 2010. Well, since I got that out of the way, let's get to the deep details that some people may not caught while watching the show. In most timelines, an event partially caused by the Future Gadget Laboratory, like CERN figuring out how to manipulate time to become a world overload through discoveries made by our main characters, or in another timeline where the Russians getting control of Kurasu's theory system time travel will spark World War III because of the fact that Mary Zumba had a tracking device leading to find the papers and Nakabachi has all other little. Wow, okay, is this me, or isn't it freaking insane how the butterfly effect works in this story? Let's get back to track. In both of those kinds of timelines, Daru and Okabe, along with whoever's still alive with them, make a resistance group that goes out to defy that outcome of time by opening up a path to an alternate timeline which is very peaceful, apparently called Steins to be opened. After forming the group, Okabe goes off to lead it until his death in 2025, while Daru goes off to work at making his time machine so that they can go back in time to fix their past mistakes and possibly make for the better and brighter future in an alternate timeline. And he was kind of also, getting to work at his other creation, Suzuha Amane. In all timelines, Daru's daughter, who is Suzuha Amane, if you guys kind of forgot, which I don't know how you forgot, but she grows up as a part of the resistance to become a soldier for the fight for Steins Gate, which had led her to make the handle of John Titor, who goes back in time to help the Future Gadget Laboratory in the past to fix their mistakes and open up the path to the ultimate and peaceful timeline, Steins Gate. Okay, I name dropped the show more than 4 times already. I'm sorry! In the timelines where CERN is in control, Daru does die early in 2034 in order to protect the time machine, but in the World War III timelines, he does not have a confirmed date of death. Now, this may not be too important to explain on how our favorite pervert is the most vital character in the story, but I always found it interesting how much later Daru lives in Okabe. Yeah, I know. Okabe probably has a heroic death that even Hoing Kyoma would shed a tear at, but if I would really come to think about this, after Okabe's death, probably Daru would have taken control of the resistance group that they had created, and depending on when they made it, Daru would also have to lead it for much longer than Okabe, or at least led it during the time when it was most necessary, like the completion of the time machine. Okay, let's list off the main things that Daru has done in the story real quickly. He makes the phone wave which began the time machine development of the Future Gadget Laboratory. He's the father of the girl who goes back in time in order to help the game in the past to achieve their ultimate goal of getting to Steins Gate, and he also led a fucking rebel group that fights against world powers while making a time machine and being a father at the same time. Damn! Give Daru the respect he needs. Out of everyone in the world, I don't think anyone would do the shit Daru has just to live in the shadow as a Chunibyo friend. Though, the stresses again. I love Okabe and the rest of the crew in Steins Gate. Don't get me wrong. Every character from Mocha to the girl who works at the cafe will always be an important role in Steins Gate for me. But Daru is the guy who makes up the entire show. If it wasn't Daru, this time-traveling story probably would not have began in the first place. Literally, the first email that Okabe has said, which began the journey, was actually Daru's doing. Let me explain. At the same time Okabe had found Kurisu dead on the 8th floor of Radio Kaken, Daru was back in the lab digging around with the phone wave, and his phone was connected to the microwave. Meaning that when Okabe goes to send the first email to his friend about the demise of Makise Kurisu, it actually went to send weeks before, leading to the first email that CERN catches on to, which begins the adventure of the story, Steins Gate. Woo! This was a fun but exhausting video to make. Thank you to all of you guys watching, and I hope you like my video. If you'd like to discuss more about the topic of Daru's role in Steins Gate, or who is also a pivotal role in the show, go ahead and discuss in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys write down. And a reminder, please be considerate to others in the comment section. I know it's hard to be nice online, but try not to start fights. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I may do more videos like this one in the future when I'm less awkward doing voiceovers. So leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time.